just got to give me the right diet. This I just heard you talking about carb load stuff, and I've been reading a little bit about it, but I need to hear it from you because I know you know what you're talking about.
Man, there's some things you can do that really make a huge difference, and there's a lot of myths out there. You know how we used to go, okay, we're going to go training down at the gym now. We better eat some food so that we've got this energy to train on. Because the thinking is, eat some carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are sugars, right? And they give you energy. They do exactly the opposite. They take energy away from your workout because your blood sugars will rise from having carbohydrates. Your pancreas will release insulin, get hold of that extra blood sugar and store it as a body fat and drop your blood sugar a little bit low, and you'll be actually lacking energy. Yeah. So the carbohydrates aren't the thing. Yeah. And in fact, the less carbs you have, the more energy you have because you have stabler blood sugar levels. Yes. Yeah, and after a while your body starts adapting and starts using the fats that you eat for fuel, which are way more stable than what we evolved on over about 2 million years, you know. Yeah. And so what you want to do is eat protein in the morning when you get hungry, and then more protein when you get hungry again. For some people who are overweight, it might only be once a day. Yeah. For some people who's about 20% body fat, they might need to eat 3 or 4 times a day. And for someone who's getting quite lean, like bodybuilding, they might have to have every 2 or 3 hours get some protein in. See how it varies from everybody?
I do eat a lot more now than what I ever have, and I just,
that's
you know,
right.
it's not, I'm not getting fat, I'm sitting.
Exactly. You get hungry and so you eat something, eh?
It's not, I don't really go, right, damn, I better have something to eat now. So like,
no.
I feel hungry, I've got to have something. You know, I look at the watch, it's like, oh, it is about 2 hours since the last time I had.
Don't worry about the times.
Yeah.
Get the protein in you. Yeah. So one of the things was then that I came up with, okay, the carbs aren't so great when you go training, because what we want in the bloodstream is the protein and the amino acids, eh?
Yeah.
You know? So they go, okay, we'll have a protein drink before the thing. There's a little bit of doubt about that now, because they've found if you're fasting, in a fasted state or hungry, and you go and train, your hormones are in a much better position to grow muscle and build fat. Yeah. Okay. And we've tried it, and what happens is, so you had a meal about 9 o'clock or something, and 3 hours later you're just starting to go get a bit hungry or something, go train.
Okay. You're in
the right spot now, your hormones are in the right balance, you go and work out and the hunger goes. You try it, the hunger will go. You need to experience this. Yeah. The hunger goes and you're surprised that you've got energy.
I'm going to try it tonight.
Yeah. It's amazing. And then after the workout you want to bang in a whey protein. The reason you want whey protein, and make sure it's in water, not milk, whey protein, is because there's an amino acid, I think it's called leucine or something like that.
Yes.
That's the one that gets into your system, and it's the fat burning, muscle growth stimulating amino acid, And steak is like about 0.54 grams of it on that, you know, per 100, you know. And protein powder, whey protein powder, 8 grams. Huge amount of it, so you really need it. And like about half an hour later or an hour later, you'll feel like another one, go have another one, you know, get 30 grams in, get another 30 grams in, and then get another meal if you feel like one. Now the meal at night, because you want to grow muscle all night, right, that's when you want your red meat like steak and chicken and stuff like that, because it's got all the amino acids and different proteins, and it drives you right through the night, keeps you going, and you fill yourself up on that. But here's the thing with bodybuilding, we used to balance out carbs and protein together, like that much protein, that much carbs to keep it nice and balanced, and it worked. But what we found was after a certain point we get down towards getting closer to the competition, you start cutting back on the carbs and adding more protein, and so we could get a little bit leaner and a little bit leaner. We're getting closer and closer to the don't want to get much leaner, the body doesn't want to give up much more fat, you know. Yeah. And we actually started feeling better and better as we knocked out the carbs. And then there's a stage about a week or so before the competition, or about 6 days before it, where you cut all carbs out altogether and you have protein only. And what we found, and every bodybuilder I ask, I say, you know, when you went on protein only and there was no carbs, you know, the energy food, how'd you feel? Fucking great. Yeah. You know, and then there's like 3 days where we carb up. And we think, choice is going to be awesome now because we're going to have rice wafers with jam on them, and you feel like, ugh. You feel like shit. It's terrible.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's opposite to what you think.
Yeah, totally.
So now I only had like about 20 grams of carbs. All my meals are protein. Yeah. And the carbs are real low calorie, like they're only this, they're only these carbs here.
Yeah, like lettuce and stuff like that.
That whole bag, 1 gram of
So
sugar.
I was just going to ask what you got for fibre, so that's it there. That's
Yeah.
the fibre there.
Yeah,
And whatever else, like you eat nuts and stuff like that?
yeah,
Fats?
almonds are great fibre too, yeah.
I guess we'll get onto that. I was
Yeah,
just-
so you don't want your fibre from bread or anything like that, no?
Well, that's where I'd probably go wrong. I do eat a couple of slices of bread a day, so now, and I do tend to drink a decent amount of milk.
Yeah.
I always thought I was doing myself good with the calcium, but I see I probably should. Could I cut it out altogether?
So here's your carbs, okay? You got starch, eh? That's a sugar, eh? And it's from, what do you get starch in, like rice and potatoes and kumas and all that, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Rice, spuds, etc. And I think even that's, the 1 gram of carbs and that's going to be starch, eh? That lettucey stuff, mesclun salad. And then you got lactose. That's the milk sugar, isn't it?
Yep.
It's the sugar and milk. And then you got the fructose. Oh, the fructose, man. It's some fruit, of course, isn't it?
Yes.
I'll tell you something about fructose. Like, and here's sugar here, sucrose. It's sugar, you know. So it doesn't matter which one you have, starch, lactose, fructose, or sugar. They all raise your blood sugar, and your pancreas releases insulin, and it stores it as fat. So you don't want that. You don't want to be raising your blood sugars. And as soon as you raise your insulin, that means other things are lower, like testosterone, growth hormone.
Okay.
You get it? You don't want to be out of balance. You want your insulin to be low. You want it to be controlled, really controlled, so that you're anabolic all the time. Yeah. Now I'll tell you something about this sugar and this sugar and this sugar. If you eat it and you've got 100 grams of it, 10% of it can get stored as fat. Now here's fruit and fructose, and the other fructose that they put in stuff to sweeten it. Now, would you have an apple or a teaspoon of sugar now? I'd go for the teaspoon of sugar.
Sugar, I was just thinking that too.
Yeah.
Or a teaspoon of honey or something like that. Yeah.
Now fructose does a different thing. It doesn't, like fructose, the sugar in fruit. Nothing wrong with fruit, but we weren't meant to eat it all the time, and we did eat it to get obese to get through the winter.
Yeah.
So fruit is not really a one to get lean on, okay?
Okay.
And if you want to get lean, flag the fruit, you know.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and once you get into sort of shape you want to be, and you like fruit, well, have some fruit now and again, or
Yeah.
you know. But that's fructose.
So you wouldn't often hear many people say don't eat fruit, but I've often wondered, and you know, like
Yeah.
it makes a hell of a lot of sense when you.
Now most fruit's only 10 grams of carbs, say, like an apple's about 10 grams and a pear's about 10 grams. And it's only one serve, and it's not going to affect your insulin that much.
Yeah, but if you eat a heap of it.
But our goal is to get super cut
Yeah.
without losing muscle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the moment, it's really not on the menu.
Yeah, no, definitely, I can take that right off straight away.
Now imagine a banana. It's 30 grams.
Yeah, it's
So that's like 3 servings. Yeah. So watch the old bananas. Yeah.
Well, it turns
I
out.
drink too much milk and I eat too many bananas.
Yeah, buying a ton of bananas.
this is all. Now I know where I'm going wrong.
Yeah. You're not going wrong because you're spot on.
I mean, like, well, no, now I need to really know where I've got to hit it.
But to
really
get where
hit
you
the
want to
mark.
go, you
Yeah.
need to know some advanced stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah.
what should we be eating?